You are in the Temple of the Rants, where I rant about whatever my $15 a month plus patrons want me to rant about. You can get one of these by becoming one of those. This one's for Andrew Soto, who says, Rant about Nightcore. Also, why do you think anime girls are the thumbnail of choice for this type of content? They seem to have been associated with Nightcore before the idea of clickbait thumbnails became common knowledge. Is there some type of overlap between these two auditory/visual aesthetic preferences? So I did a little bit of research on the history of Nightcore and found that it definitely is not an intrinsic connection. Nightcore started as like a scene, a style of music that was going on in like the early 2000s in the UK. Of course, it eventually became much bigger and, sort of unrelated to what the original scene was. But I think that the reason is pretty obvious, and I'm surprised you didn't come to this conclusion yourself. It's sped up vocals. Sped up vocals sound like anime girls. That is the connection. It's that when you hear it, it sounds like a chirpy anime girl voice. So I think that people just naturally make that aesthetic link. I also think there's just a lot of bleed over in the fandoms of those two things. Nightcore is, it's sort of a poppy, upbeat, fun, happy type of sound, and I think that it just naturally complements like poppy, bright art, But yeah, and like lots of Nightcore stuff is anime remixes. I think there's also maybe some bleed over between like the fans of that and stuff like Eurobeat, which is largely connected with Initial D. So like, yeah, I think it's most literally though just the fact that the concept of Nightcore is that it is sped up music set to like a dance beat, and therefore the vocals are high pitched and chirpy. I don't think there's a lot more depth to it than that, But then again, I'm not like a guy who listens to a bunch of Nightcore necessarily. I see it as sort of to me, it just always came off as a kind of a meme, but I do know people like Ben Saint who really love Nightcore, so I guess it's a good meme.